Cars are a f***ing plague. They choke our cities, smog up our skies, swamp our streets, and keep our children on house arrest until they're granted release by the sweet freedom of a driver's license. They slice our neighborhoods into ribbons, purloin our pensions for parking, bankrupt our middle class, and make the entire Western world dependent on the whims of crackpot dictators and oil barons, not to mention decimating small businesses faster than you can say strip mall. Nothing good will ever come from the introduction of these CO2 spewing death machines. Let's go to Salt Lake City. Take a look at this map. Freeway, spaghetti, parking, 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 parking. How about beautiful sunny Miami? Parking, 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 freeway, freeway, parking, parking. Every single city in this country is locked in a death grip of car infrastructure. You want to know why so many downtowns in America died a slow death in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? They were ripped to bits and turned to surface parking. Inner city decay? Yep, that was cars too. Freeway designers specifically targeted minority neighborhoods for, quote, renewal, unquote. And by renewal, of course, they meant bulldozing communities and carving 20-lane freeways through their ruins. The best part? They made the bridges too low for buses, so those left behind couldn't leave to find jobs or even food. And now, for the suburbs, the manic white Anglo-Saxon dreamland of endless nothing. Do you like driving half an hour to get anywhere other than a 500 million identical subdivisions? Move to Anytown, USA. We've got insert generic chain restaurant and insert something hills shopping mall. Sure, we're an hour-long nightmare commute from the nearest job, but at least you'll be able to spend your entire weekend mowing the lawn. Oh, and don't worry about our impending bankruptcy from overextended infrastructure. We'll just sprawl even more, and that'll fix the problem. Oh, the traffic? It's not that bad, and the state DOT is adding 50 more lanes. One more lane, bro, please. I swear it'll solve traffic this time, I swear. I mean, it didn't work any of the last 40 times we tried it, but it will work this time. Here in any shithole suburb in the great state of Arkan, Louisiana, Utah, we have the privilege of getting to use our cars for everything. And I mean literally everything. Want to walk to the corner store to get a Coke? We zoned it out of existence 20 years ago, but there's a strip mall only a 15-minute drive away. Do your kids want to bike to their friend's house or to a park? No way! We purposefully made that far too dangerous. In any shithole suburb, your children will be completely dependent on you to shuttle them around in your free time. Even better, they're never going to learn how to function independently, and are probably going to have to take adulting classes in 10 to 15 years. It's great! Do you like the environment? Yeah, I live in the environment. Too bad, bitch! We here at the oil lobby have ensured that all American cities will reap the benefits of car dependency, including smog, mass death, the obesity epidemic, urban heat island effect, oil wars, oil spills, microplastics in your water, and best of all, climate change, which we're also pretending isn't an existential threat to the continued existence of your country and species. You're welcome, America, for giving you freedom. When the auto industry sold us the version of America that we live in today, we were told that it would usher in a new era of unlimited personal freedom and enormous economic growth. Cars were going to make the American dream a reality for everyone, or at least those who had the right skin color. And to some extent, for a very narrow set of people, that did happen. But the cost has turned out to be far, far greater than we ever dreamed. When we elected to demolish our cities and rebuild them around the private automobile, we began a new era of intensified racial segregation, social disengagement, and unhealthy, unhappy living for vast swaths of the population. Suburbia is a failed experiment, and it's one that has gone on for far too long. So since it is now blatantly obvious to anyone with a single functional brain cell that continued sprawl is a terrible idea, how do we go about fixing the mess we've gotten ourselves into? Unfortunately, there's no quick and easy silver bullet that will solve everything. The real world is a more complicated place than that. But there are a few things that we can start with. First, we need to get rid of a lot of the zoning laws that make the current system of sprawl the only legal way to build. Relatively dense places where residential, commercial, and even some non-polluting light industrial uses are allowed to exist in the same place, encourage walking, and help reduce dependency on cars. It's just as important that we build high-quality biking and public transportation infrastructure to and from these places, so that when people leave their neighborhoods, they can do so without a car. These things will not be easy to accomplish. There are decades upon decades of regulations and institutional inertia to overcome. But if we can do it, a better, more resilient, and more equal network of American cities is possible. I, for one, think that's something worth fighting for. So, if you care, go yell at your city council to install some damn protected bike lanes, or maybe a crosswalk. Whatever you do, remember that a better future is possible if we only try hard enough. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please take the time to like and subscribe. And if you found anything that we talked about today even remotely compelling, I would encourage you to check out some of our longer form content, especially Episode 1, How the Car Destroyed America. Also, a big thank you to our single patron on Patreon, Mike Christensen, who pays our website and podcast bills. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.